Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Darkest Dungeon. I'm kind of tearing myself away from this idea that our squad is, like, experience is a resource, if that makes sense. It is for the A team, but I'm thinking that this mission, we probably go Mathis, Josh, or maybe even Cornelius, or Cornelis. This is a name I've never had to pronounce before. I'm not saying it's not a valid name. If you have that name, don't be mad. I'm just saying that we might want to use our Arbalist from the start of this run of the game. James West, Tame in the West, so remember the name. I'm assuming the Highwayman is not religious, so we could run Mouth there if we wanted to. We get him up to the next level. Or we could just run kind of a normal... Like, we could run like this, couldn't we? Do you do well in the third position? You can Harvest, you can Dirk Stab, you can Finale, you can Inspiring Tune. You're better off here in the front position. So you can kind of finish off with a point-blank shot. And you can do a Tracking Shot and a Wicked Slice as your major attacks. Although Math is 3.0, we probably want him to level as well. You know, Josh 2.0, the Jester here. It doesn't really matter because we already have a decent Jester. Yeah, let's try this. So we'll do a short mission, explore 90% of rooms. We should get the equipment going on here. So unequip all trinkets, sort by rarity. And our most valuable units are going to get the most valuable trinkets. So you know what? You get better virtue chance, and also I think you should have... better, like lower accuracy, more HP, more dodge. Why not? Those are two really good trinkets, even if they're not abomination only. And we do have some highwayman only stuff. Very rare. Makes your melee skills worse, but your ranged skills much better. Which is not a great thing to have for you in the first position, but we're gonna do it anyway. And sure, you know what? Less stress. Yeah, I like this actually. Less stress damage if you're in, if the torch is above 75, which it always is for me anyway. Then as a Jester, we're going to give you this common trinket, which is really good. Plus 4 accuracy, plus 4 dodge, of course. And we do have better heal skills, but I don't know if that applies to stress heals. It may, though. It may indeed. But if we lowered your accuracy, gives you better speed, better damage... Better stress damage? I don't know what that means. If that's good or bad. Wait, do you have the bleed ability? Harvest. It does bleed. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give you the bleed stone then. Even though it's not incredible. Or bleed amulet. It does lower your dodge, but your dodge was also 19 already. And then Arbalist. Better heal skills, even though your heal skills kind of suck. And then give you that. Okay. Sweet. Let's provide. Short mission. We're not camping. Take 1 shovel and then... let's take 2 shovels. You know, I'm not going to nickel and dime the game. We'll take 8 food just in case. 8 torches. Definitely want a key on this one. And I'll tell you what, let's stack up some anti-bleed stuff. Just because it's already in our inventory. So it doesn't take up another inventory spot to do it. Alright, we're going to try to explore all the rooms here. And again, this is basically just making free money, is what I'm trying to do. While we go through the experience of letting all of our other units get their HP back. Or sorry, their stress back, I should say. Oh, you're blighted. We don't have any anti-venom, though, so... Sorry, Mathis 3.0. Good start for you. Also, this does the secondary thing of also making sure that our other units, in particular Mouth, can slowly get towards level 3 here. And I apologize that this is not an optimal strategy, but I'm trying it out, and so far, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Old tree. Perhaps there's something inside. Sometimes a tree is just a tree.
The light, the promise of safety.
Keep that solar crown active so Mathis takes less damage. Scouting. Alright, we can just use tab to switch. Not a big deal, but a deal nonetheless. Map. Sack's contents are yours. That's, I mean, 50 gold is 50 gold, baby. There is a trap here. 80, 70, 70, 60. Alright, Mathis 3.0. Well done. Little stress relief. I appreciate it. Yes, we will pop a torch. Just because we know there's combat coming, so... There you go. Keep your torch above 75 and get ready for our first combat with a ragtag group of soldiers. They're not surprised. They also get to go first. A little bit of a slower squad than last time, maybe. Rend does inflict bleed, but we do have a lot of bandages. Okay, so we can do an Inspiring Tune. Dirk Stab moves us forward, which I don't love. Harvest inflicts bleed, which is, I think, is what we're gonna have to do. We basically have like one attack that is kind of like a catch-all, you know, do everything attack for us right now. For each one of these characters, like Manacles is gonna be our go-to attack. Can we hit the unit at the back? We can't. So we may actually want to try a Beast Bile, but I actually think that probably we just want to do Manacles. And are you hurt enough to die? No, you still need one more. I also should have totally used bandages there, but the bleed is pretty low, I guess. So you up front. You are best up front. Like, it's better to not use a point-blank shot until the finish because it's going to push us back. But we could do a tracking shot. It does, like, next to no damage, 2 to 3. But it also buffs us. So we can probably kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. And you're bleeding for 2. We'd have to do 6. Okay, buff ourselves with this tracking shot. It does get the kill. They weren't quite going to die to the blight anyway, so at least we get some buff out of this. Now, we could heal, or we could throw out maybe a sniper shot. We don't benefit too much from the marked ability here, so maybe we just try to snipe the unit at the back, and then if they get moved, like maybe that corpse dies, then a Manacles actually becomes fairly functional here. So, yes, use that. We're gonna Manacles the unit at the front. Could get them close enough to kill if we crit, but more importantly is just liable to get the stun, which is exactly what happened. Stressful Incantation. At least it's on a unit that is, you know, has the ability to de-stress everybody as well. Okay, your stun came off. You're still not in a fatal position, unfortunately. We could Harvest or go for Stress Heal and minus 10% stress damage. Does that just Stress Heal you? Well, strangely enough, you are the unit that needs the stress damage, or the stress heal the most. So we'll look into maybe getting some stun locks going if we can. You're not... gotta kill you, unfortunately. I would love to use a point-blank shot, but we'll probably try to use it against this guy instead. If we can actually get him to move up, which I think he just did, so lucky us. Kind of a weird squad, I'll admit. Alright, snipe this guy, then we're gonna start going for some stun locks, hopefully. Yeah, throw out a Manacles. He's stunned, probably. Oh, he resisted, which unfortunately means we have to kill him. So, sorry about this, but you kind of did it to yourself. Oh! Okay, we still get to go, that's good. Might as well use the bandages, we paid for them.
As the fiend falls.
Alright, starting to get a little bit of money here. I would say that that was probably not the best encounter I could have hoped for. Let's throw our key into this heirloom chest. Might have screwed us out of being able to get it from a secret room, but not too worried about it. We're going to explore a lot, because I'd really like to get as much loot as possible, as you might expect. Oh, crack into some torches here. There we go. It's like the same combat, but probably much easier because they're surprised. So we're going to open... Maybe, because we have a free turn and the stun is not very good, let's open with Beast Bile. I know we could transform as well, but I really want Malf to do like 30 missions in a row. as ridiculous as that sounds. Wicked Slice is like, it's just not super good, so I kind of like the idea of actually just at least getting that buff on us first. I want Malf to get up to level 3 is what I guess I'm trying to say. What are the bleed chances? Pretty good. The one that I wanted to hit to probably put them in lethal range, unfortunately dodged. And they won't be killed by that, but we'll have 2 weak units. This unit only gets to do 1 attack. Remember, as soon as the stress on our Arbalist gets high enough, I'm tossing them. Like, they're not going to stick around. Even though they have leveled up, it's not a waste. We already have DG hanging it out there as our #1 Arbalist. If we lose him, somebody else can come up and take his spot. But for now, why spend 1,000 on this guy? He could just make us money. I am pretty much exploiting the shit out of my workforce here. Believe you me, I recognize that. Keep in mind, this is a video game as well. I'm attached to the characters, but that's a very human concept to apply to what is a digital creature here. Not to say that, you know, that you don't have feelings about them. Throw out another Manacles on the unit that has not attacked. Again, we want to eventually get in a stun-lockable position here, so that we can hopefully get a few heals out of this. But it's unlikely to work. Manacles will get the kill here. You don't even really have a stun. Tell you what, try to heal Mathis 3.0 up. I'd feel really bad if our third highwayman died. Might as well, Wicked Slice, finish the job. Little stress relief maybe at best. Yeah, it is like the definition of a little. Eldritch Slayer's Ring. I don't mind getting it, because at the very least, we can sell it. The worst case scenario is to sell. Alright, 3 spiders should be easier than anything we've had before on this mission. They can be blighted, but a manacles... it doesn't quite get the kill, huh? Alright. Well, if we blight and then harvest, they're probably in a tough spot. And they did both get blighted. We'll try to Wicked Slice the one at the front. That's good. Now harvest will no longer work, unfortunately, but we did kill one, so it's hard to be picky. So Cornelius, do what you can, but you're not really long for this world. At least you're not long for my game. And in all honesty, I think that's a good thing. You know, as a result of not being long for my game. Bleed? Nice, so he's dead. You'll get to live, like, with your family. And, you know, you'll... The Darkest Dungeon may one day creep to your neighborhood, but you don't have to worry about that explicitly. You know, you've done your part here. You can go back and be like a farmer or a carpenter or something. You can... Everybody supports the war effort in their own way. And you're doing a great job here, but there's just not enough space to keep you around when I could be spending that gold on our A team instead of spending it keeping our B team, or like our D team ready to go. These like suicide no gold or suicide no heal runs are basically just so we can get as much gold as is humanly possible. I suppose we should probably even try to do them with like as few torches as possible so that we get like if we really don't care about our units, we can at least get more rewards that way. But I'm hesitant to do it because these are like, this is a mixture of an A team, well, a future A or B team and also some also-rans. You know, it's like the Vancouver Canucks right now. We got the Sedines, but we've also got like Matt Bartkowski. So, that's why, you know, you don't want the whole ship to go down and take the valuables with it. We will use a shovel here. We have 2, so we're very unlikely to use 2. Might as well get some loot out of it. And that's 250, 500, 500. That's 1250 for a 250 investment, which is really good. Surely at some point we'll have combat here. More stashed heirlooms. Even with my somewhat suboptimal min-maxing here, we're making pretty nice money. I used tab that time. Took me a second to remember, but then I did it. Okay, we're gonna have combats. We'll probably try to do every room just in case the last room has treasure. But, maybe a map? Sack's contents are yours. Another 1,000 gold, nothing wrong with that. They're not surprised, which surprised me. Wicked Slice should pick up 1 kill, then we've only got 3 left, and we can still hit the 2 at the back with a couple of different attacks. Harvest them. 2 and 3, and the bleed is only 2. So they're not gonna die. But Beast Bile will kill them, assuming it actually hits. That's not too bad. It was a stun, but we're fine. Yeah, Beast Bile could pick up the KO here. It blighted them both, so yeah, they're both gonna die. I guess we'll try... I mean, we can't snipe the one at the front. I mean, do we mark the one at the front? Or do we bola and hope for like a crit? Or do we just heal? I honestly think maybe we just... heal, even though it's unlikely to make too much of a difference. We're not gonna kill that unit. Like, that unit dies in 1 hit anyway, is what I'm getting at. So, we either hit it once for fun and just hope for, like, the 10% crit, or we actually benefit ourselves in a way that's permanent, I guess. You might as well just absolve yourself, get a little stress heal. You are functional, so if I don't have to give you any more stress, I prefer not to. You know what? Let's play a little inspired tune here as well. Heal up our stress a little bit. I don't know what I want to do. It's like exactly the same situation. I guess we'll throw out a bandage on Mathis and just keep the fight going forever so we can maximize our stress relief. Okay, so far so good. But you don't really have a choice. I like using point blank shot. We just don't have a squad for which it's actually functional. To open with it. Usually you use that and then you have like a Crusader or a Leper that's behind so that it doesn't really matter. But here, we actually kind of need him at the front to make our Abomination good in the second position. Because the Abomination in front is not doing anything. All he can do is transform. I realize, by the way, I haven't transformed the Abomination in an episode or 2. And again, the reason that I'll give for this is that these guys Not much bleed resist. Nice, good crit too. A little stress relief without even doing the stress heal. But the reason, again, although I've already stated it, is I don't want to give ourselves stress that may cause Malf to not be able to go out on these missions. If we're being honest, he's like over-leveled for them, so we might as well just try to keep him strung along for as many missions as possible before we inevitably have to pay, you know, 1,300 to throw him in stress relief anyway. So, probably sniper shot here. Even though that ended up being overkill, you do that sniper shot so that you're taking out that unit before it can attack, which is exactly what happened there too. So we've already taken out 2 units. We do get to go first as well. So we'll throw out a manacles on the unit that can stress us out, because our HP is probably completely fine. Honestly, then I think we'll stress heal ourselves, because we may want this I mean, again, the Jester can go out on as many missions as their stress makes, you know, appropriate for them. Rend for the old gods is annoying, but we may have an anti-bleed bandage still in supply. Doesn't matter, because we didn't actually get hit. Guess we go for the Wicked Slice. Might as well weaken this guy a little bit. And then we throw out a sniper shot and pick up the kill. I love the Arbalest, man. I can't wait till we get a little bit more gold, a little bit more confidence, and then go kick the shit out of the Wizened Hag. Sweet. Stun this guy. Oh, he resisted the stun against mild odds. That was a surprise. Might as well just bola him. I'm not the world's most passionate arbalist, but when I hit the bolas, I like to sing bolas. B-O-L-A bolas. Not to be confused with Ebola. Should have used our bandage there. Yo, we're out of torches, man. So, be ready for this combat. It scares me a little bit. Well, we've completed it, but what kind of adventurers would we... I clicked return to Hamlet. For some reason in my brain, I was like, oranges keep going. Orange does not keep going. Alright, Malf's getting up there. He'll only visit the brothel. Mathis is nervous, plus 10% stress damage. I mean, it's not horrible. Every time we get hit for 20, it'll hit for 22 instead.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my
Okay, I got Unquiet Mind, may not meditate. But it replaced Obsessed with Material Things, which might be good. And everybody else is doing pretty well here. We've got, like, less money than we started with, but that's okay. So, I'm very sorry to say this, but Cornelius, I'm pretty sure you're getting dismissed here. Especially if we can get a new unit that we've never seen before. We can't, unfortunately. We also definitely do not need more lepers. Like, we already have a level 1 Crusader. I think we should take a second Grave Robber, because we have, like, very low, kind of redundancy there. And a second Vessel wouldn't hurt either. It also makes for a balanced squad. So, again, we can probably actually get rid of our Crusader and keep a Leper, I guess. So, Calm. Minus 15% damage first round. That's not horrible. And we'll take the Vessel. We could probably use another Abomination as well. Now, is this Jester ever going to get de-stressed? I'm thinking I'm probably not going to invest in de-stressing this unit. We might invest in de-stressing Mathis because he's just not that stressed to begin with, but get that Jester out of here. We can just pick up another Jester at the same time to save money. Alright, so we're rotating our low-level peons here. I think this is smart. I think that's going to do it for now, because we may be able to take... You know, just to be on the safe side, I hate to do this because it seems like I'm stalling, but I'm really just trying to build a good base here. I think... Let's brainstorm. What would be a great team for the Wizened Hag? We have to hit units at the back. So you might not even take Nick because their blight resist is so high. Kate doesn't even have Holy Lance, so she can make them bleed, but it's actually pretty okay damage. You need to have somebody at the front. So Dan's gonna be here. Dan's gonna be on this mission 100%. Let's plan accordingly by taking him to the blacksmith if he's not already. He's already at that level. Okay, do we have enough to upgrade anything? Of course not. We should at least go to the guild then and get his skills upgraded if they haven't been already. We use that. Don't really use that, so we can wait on it a little. Rob, I think we'll still take me on this one. Like, I still think I'm the healer of choice because I can hit at the back. Ooh, what did I do? Cancel. Because I can hit at the back better. This is our, yeah, that's our squad. And I'm a good healer. Rob's a little bit more unreliable. But admittedly, Abyssal Artillery is good. Demon's Pull. It's possible. I'll admit it's possible. The real question becomes, who do you put at the front? And I have heard some people say that the Grave Robber is awesome on this fight. So maybe we take Tomo in here and we say, okay, buddy, hook you up with those right there. And then, have you even been upgraded at all? A little bit. We use all these attacks sometimes. And you know what? If we can give him a little bit of tetanus treatment. Look, did we spend a ton of money doing that? Absolutely. But I think that he's going to definitely be on our squad. So let's scroll down here as far as trinkets go. We're never going to use debuff resist for -2 dodge. So sell that. Maybe we'll use that one day, but probably not. Probably never going to take Unholy Slayer's Ring either, so... you know, that's probably enough money to do another short mission. So we'll probably do one more, not short maybe, but we'll do one more medium mission. Probably take Mathis, our bounty hunter. Yeah, Cornelius is still functional. Well, we're investing a lot into this character that we're eventually going to get rid of. Well, no, we're not really. We're investing a lot of experience, but it's either going to go to them or it's going to go to another unit that we don't care about, I guess. So sure, Cornelius, you can be on this mission. Mathis, our bounty hunter, and then maybe the vessel, assuming that they have functional skills from the back. I mean, not really, honestly. It's kind of a shit vessel. Just a heal. You can't even use illumination from the back. What about this jester? Almost exactly the same as our last one. So they can function from the 3rd position, and then the arbalist in the last position. Then can the vessel instead just work from the 3rd position? They could use illumination. Debuffs a unit, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of a weak unit. Is the jester actually more functional in the 3rd spot? It's possible. Yeah, okay, probably. And then we'll just stack maybe our Grave Robber in there. Maybe the Grave Robber in the 3rd position could actually be cool. Anyway, for now, that's my plan for the future. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.